Okay, Feb March 2019. Question number one. Question number one is related with the Boltzmann distribution and initial temperature T1, higher temperature. This is very frequently asked question. So higher temperature, the peak will be lowered, and from here it will be little raised. And you see 1, 2, 3. So peak will be less than that. A is wrong because A is almost similar. So at higher temperature, B looks correct because 1, 2, 3, the peak at higher temperature is lowered. Okay. So and why C is wrong? Because 1, 2, 3, the peak is raised. In D also peak is increased. The peak at higher temperature is lowered and slightly moved towards the right, and from here it is slightly lifted. So B for balloon is the answer. Okay. Keep in mind at higher temperature, what happens? The peak is the height of the peak is decreased. The height of the peak is decreased. The height of the peak is decreased. And one second. So why C is wrong? Look at the question 1, 2, 3. So height is here. In 3, in C, 1, 2, 3, the height is higher than the initial temperature. That's why it is wrong. The height should be lowered, which is why it is B. And from here also it is lifted. D is also wrong. Number 2 is calculation. Please do it. This is 3.7 gram copper carbonate added to 25 cm cube of 2 mole per dm cube. First find the which gas. What is the equation? Equation is this one. Copper carbonate plus 2HCl, copper chloride plus water plus carbon dioxide. No, sorry, copper chloride, yes, carbon dioxide. So with first you have to find, because you are given this one also, and initial, first find the initial mole. Then we can see this is a limiting reactant question. First find the limiting reactant. Step 1, find the number of moles of each reactant. So for this is for copper, for HCl, this is the volume, this is the concentration. Number of mole of HCl is 2 into 25 divided by 1000 is 0.05 mole, right? Correct? Okay. Now the number of mole of copper carbonate, 3.7 mass upon formula mass, copper 63.5 plus 12 plus 48. It is roughly 0.03 mole. So which one is the limiting reactant? Tell me. 1 mole copper carbonate needs 2 mole HCl. So if it is 0.03 mole copper carbonate, it needs 0.06 needs 0.06 mole HCl. But we have less than the need. It means HCl is the limiting reactant. So we will do all the calculation now. We will do all the calculation with respect to HCl to find the mole of product. So the amount of product depends on the limiting reactant. 2 mole HCl, 1 mole carbon dioxide. 1 mole carbon dioxide means 2 mole HCl, we can say 24 dm cube carbon dioxide. So for if it is 1 mole, suppose if it is 1 mole, 2 mole 24 HCl 24 dm cube, we can simplify 1 mole HCl 12 dm cube. So 0.05 mole HCl, how many dm cube? That will be 6 dm cube. Got it? Again, because you are given the number of mole of both reactant, you have to find the limiting reactant. Which one is the limiting? First find the mole of each reactant. We found copper carbonate was zero point 0.03, HCl was zero point 0.05. It means HCl is the limiting reactant because for 1 mole we need 2 mole, for zero point 0.03 we need 0.06 HCl. So HCl is less than the required. So after that we use this ratio: 2 mole HCl, 1 mole carbon dioxide, or 2 mole HCl, 24 dm cube, or 1 mole HCl, 12 dm cube. Okay, simplified it. 0.05 mole HCl, how many dm cube? So 0.06 is the answer. And I don't know why the exam. Tayyib, acha, recording is resumed. So according to examiner report, 2 was challenging. 3, most of the students made mistake in question number 3. They don't read the question properly. Question was, which statement about a 3p orbital is correct? So what's your answer? Okay, answer A is wrong. Most of the students, they write the answer A because they don't read the question properly. It's not about the p orbital, p subshell. Orbital. A is wrong. This is 6 electrons are occupied by p subshell. P subshell. It has the highest energy orbital with principal quantum number. Principal quantum number means shell. In third shell, you have 3s, 3p, and 3d. 3d has the highest energy. B is wrong. It has the higher energy level of than the 3s orbital, but has the same shape. Wrong. 3p and 3s do not have same shape. D is the answer. It is occupied by 1 electron in isolated phosphorus atom. How will you do this? Instead of wasting your time by drawing 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p3, now you have to know long method, long. Then you should know half filled, half, half filled, half filled. Nitrogen and phosphorus are half filled. They have 1 electron, nitrogen and phosphorus. And you know 1, 2, 3 were wrong. Then D will be the answer. Okay. Okay. Number 4, the 8 species that followed um, all have covalent bonds. Which shape? Different shape. Achha, for shape, you see, we have to revise shape of molecule. BeCl2 and carbon dioxide. Linear. Both have same shape. Linear. Okay. This is also wrong. Methane has 4 single bond and ammonium also 4 bond pairs. Both have 109 degree, zero point 0.5 almost. C is the answer. NH3 has a lone pair. You know, NH3, though, you should have memorized it, 107 degree. Boron trifluoride is also very frequently asked question, 120 degree. Trigonal planar or trigonal planar, whatever you say, and this is pyramidal. C is the answer. Number 5 also related to the shape of the molecule. Keep in mind, if there are 3 bond pair, angle is 4. Number 5. If there is number 1 you see 1 bond pair, 2 bond pair, 3 bond pair. 3 bond pair means 120 degree. 120 degree, 3 bond pairs. For double bond also we consider 1. So 120, A is wrong. 120, 120. Number 2, nitrogen always have one lone pair when it makes 3 bond. Nitrogen makes 3 bond, it has lone pair. Write down a rule. Nitrogen has a lone pair when it makes 3 bonds. So lone pair is not shown. 1, 2, 3 bond pair, 1 lone pair. So 3 bond pair plus 1 lone pair. Shape is pyramidal and angle is 17 degree. So B is the answer. Third is carbon is making 4 single bond. It means 109.5. So B for balloon is the answer. Okay. Next, number 6. 6 is, I think, quite easy. Volume, temperature, pressure, mole is required. PV is equal to nRT. N is equal to PV upon RT. Only thing is unit. Pressure is 100 kilopascal multiplied by 1000. Volume is 2240 cm cube multiplied by 10 raised to power minus 6 into meter cube. Cm cube into 10 raised to power minus 6 is equal to meter cube. R 8.31. Temperature 37 plus 273, 310. 37 degree plus 273, 310 Kelvin. So the answer will be 6. This will be the answer. Okay. It's straightforward. PV is equal to nRT. Only unit conversion. Volume must be in meter cube. Temperature Kelvin. Pressure should be in Pascal. Okay. Number 7 is very simple. Which structures are giant? These two, P and Q are giant. This is buckyball is not giant. So C is straight. Number 7 is easy. Number 8. So one, the question they gave easier. After that they gave calculation one. This is combustion of methanol, and they ask formation. First, you make the equation for the formation. Methanol is CH3OH. C plus hydrogen plus oxygen. Methanol. You are given combustion of this, combustion of this, combustion of this. Combustion of oxygen is 0. How much combustion of carbon? Achha, this is 2. For balancing, we need 2. Minus 394 plus. For hydrogen, it is how much? 2 into minus 286. I told you there's a formula. Enthalpy change of formation is equal to total enthalpy change of combustion of reactant combustion minus enthalpy change of combustion of product. Shortcut. And for if formation is given, then formation of product minus reactant. So reactants minus, these two are the reactant, minus combustion of product minus 726. So C is the answer. So this is the formula when formation is given and you are is required and you are given combustion values. First, you have to make the equation for which they ask. There is another method also. But this is formula method shortcut for MCQ. Those of you who don't like formula method, they have to make Hess's law cycle. Combustion product also here. Minus 394 minus 286 into 2, and this one is minus 726, but it will take time. Okay, this method, x plus minus 726 is equal to minus 394 plus 2 into minus 286. So this is longer method. This is a third method also. From this third method 3, this equation, use this equation. Now write the elements at the bottom. This is the third method. This, we have to find this formation. Carbon dioxide formation and carbon combustion is same. Combustion, formation of water or combustion of hydrogen is same. This is also a long method. There are 3 methods to do this question, and one more, 4 methods also. Method number 4, if you add all these 3 and make the equation, that is also possible, but this is not necessary. Flip this equation and add with this, like carbon dioxide plus 2H2O, methanol plus 1.5 oxygen. And when you add these all 3, you will get the same equation for the formation of methanol. So flip this, the sign will be positive, and then add. So there are 4 methods to solve this question, 4 methods. Okay, whatever method you feel easier, you do. The first one was the easiest. Number 9. Which statement describes the standard enthalpy change of reaction for this reaction? Acha ji. Enthalpy change when total 1 mole of product is formed, wrong. There are 6, 7 mole products formed. Enthalpy change when total 1 mole of reactant is reacted, wrong. 4 mole of reactant is reacted. Enthalpy change when 1 mole of water reacts, wrong. 3 mole of water reacts. Enthalpy change when 6 moles of hydrogen fluoride are formed, yes. 6 mole of hydrogen fluoride is formed. D is the answer. Okay. Number 10, I will explain last because some of you need to explain the method of balancing of equation by oxidation number method. Okay. This is unlike other equation in which 2 things are being oxidized. Iron also being oxidized, C2O4 also being oxidized. So first you guys, you do question 10, then I will explain you. There are 2 things are being oxidized, one is being reduced. Sahi hai? So do and send me. Okay. So how will you get the answer B? I tell you, but you have to do it. I will explain in the last. Acha. 13. Oh, 11. 11 is looks quite easier. What is the concentration of silver ion when copper is this? Kc is given. Solids are not expressed in Kc expression. Solids. No solid in Kc. Kc is equal to concentration of copper ion divided by concentration of Ag ion power 2. 1 into 10 is to the power minus 5.1 x square. So you can solve this. X is equal to 0.1 upon 1 into 10 to the power minus 5 under root. So answer will be C. 1 into 10 to the power minus 6, and then under root means 10 to the power minus 3. This. 12. XYZ is a period 3 element. Period 3 element means sodium. Result of oxide of the element in water. No reaction. There are only two oxide. X will be either aluminum oxide or silicon oxide. They are not soluble in water. Okay. Result of the chloride of element hydrolyzes. So X is aluminum, X is silicon, Y is aluminum, Y is sodium. So these two wrong. X is aluminum or X is silicon. Any one of the option is correct. Okay. Chlorides with water. So resulting of the chloride of the element of water. The result of the sum of the element. Acha ji. Y dissolves. Acha. Only two chlorides dissolve. Maybe NaCl or MgCl2. These are the only one which dissolve. It means we have to read, here it is Mg, here is Na. So we have to read the third one. Result of the oxide of the element to HCl. So hydrolyzes. Acha ji. So what do you think? What should be the answer? Z forms acid. Okay. Z oxide is acidic, means Z is either sulfur dioxide, phosphorus oxide. Okay, Z, because it it is acidic. Chloride dissolve. Chloride of sulfur is not in the syllabus, and chloride phosphorus hydrolysis. Yes, it does hydrolyze. And oxide with HCl hydrolyzes. No, oxide neutralizes. So Z, this one is wrong. So A is correct. X is aluminum and Y is magnesium. Okay. Acha. Because X has no reaction with water, aluminum oxide has no reaction with water. Result of adding the chloride of element to aluminum chloride hydrolyzes in water. Silicon chloride is also hydrolyzes, yes. Result of adding the oxide to HCl form chloride, it cannot be silicon dioxide now after reading this, because silicon chloride is acidic, it does not react with acid. Aluminum silicon oxide is acidic. Aluminum oxide reacts with HCl, aluminum chlorides plus water. Okay. So X is aluminum. From these three, X is aluminum, which is why A is correct. No need to even see the Z. Right? I explain you again because examiner says it is challenging question. Very few. X has no reaction with water. Oxide of X. XYZ are the elements of period 3. There are only two oxides, silicon dioxide and aluminum oxide. These two are not soluble in water. Both silicon chloride and aluminum chloride, they hydrolyze. So X can be, till here, X can be silicon or aluminum. But oxide reacts with HCl. Silicon chloride plus HCl, no reaction. Oh, sorry, silicon oxide. Because this is also acidic. Okay. Aluminum oxide is amphoteric. So aluminum, this is aluminum oxide. aluminum oxide plus HCl, aluminum chloride forms chloride salt, aluminum chloride plus water. A is the answer. Let me show you the examiner report. Uh, Examiner also has discussed this question. 33% of the student has chosen the correct answer A. The most commonly chosen answer was B. Aluminum oxide has no reaction with water. So option C and D are incorrect. To decide between A and B, it is necessary to look at the last column. Okay, got it? Aluminum oxide reacts with acid form aluminum chloride. Silicon oxide does not react with HCl. Okay, 13. Again, period 3 question. Okay, R is added with water, oxygen gas. Elementary is reacted with oxygen gas. R is formed. It means R is an oxide. pH decreases means acidic oxide. Acidic oxide in your syllabus is silicon dioxide, which is not the option, phosphorus oxide, sulfur dioxide, sulfur trioxide. But the question is empirical formula, not the molecular formula. So silicon dioxide cancel, sulfur trioxide, no, cancel P4O10 is possible. So what is the empirical formula of P4O10? P2O5. So B is the answer. P2O5. Empirical, not molecular. Read the question again. Question number 14. When tea reacts with water to produce a colorless solution, a white precipitate is produced when its solution is mixed with sulfuric acid. So from the option is very common because barium reacts with water to form barium ion, and barium ion and sulfate we know from O level that it form barium sulfate white PPT. White PPT. Barium reacts with water to form barium hydroxide solution. Okay, plus hydrogen. And this barium ion reacts with sulfate to form white PPT. Number 15. When calcium nitrate thermally, you have to do the, this is very frequently asked question in group 2, calcium nitrate. Okay, which volume of oxygen is produced when zero point 0.5 mole of calcium nitrate is thermally decomposes? Okay, look, this is the equation, and this question is, I think, very easy compared to other. You don't need even calculator. You don't need oxygen and nitrogen dioxide. You need equation, and for 1 mole, so 1 mole of calcium nitrate gives half mole of oxygen. Half mole means zero point 0.5 into 24 dm cube. It is 12. So from 1 mole, it is 12 dm cube. For zero point 0.5 mole, how much? So no rocket science, 6 dm cube. From 1 mole calcium nitrate gives half mole of oxygen. From zero point 0.5 mole, it will give 0.25 mole oxygen. Okay, that way also you can do 1 mole calcium nitrate, 0.25 mole oxygen. 0.5 mole means, sorry, zero point 0.5 mole oxygen And zero point 0.5 mole means obviously 0.25 mole oxygen. So it means how much, what is the volume, multiply by 24, 6 dm cube. Okay. Okay, number 7, 8, 16. L, M, N are group 2 metals. L reacts more vigorously with dilute hydrochloric acid, and then N does. M hydroxide more soluble in N hydroxide. Oh. So group 2, you know, beryllium, magnesium. Beryllium, magnesium, you can leave it. We can start from the option. Calcium, strontium, barium. Acha, solubility of hydroxide increases down. Reactivity increases down. So L more reactive. L is reacts vigorously with dilute, so L cannot be calcium. Acha. So L will be barium because barium is the most reactive. Any one option from here. Okay. Hydroxide of M is more soluble than N. It means hydroxide solubility increases down the group. It cannot be A because calcium is not soluble than strontium. Strontium is more soluble than calcium. Down the group, solubility of hydroxide increases. It means strontium hydroxide will be more soluble than calcium hydroxide. Okay, so balloon is the answer. 17, about halogens. अच्छा जी, we know silver nitrate added, precipitate form it does not dissolve in ammonia is added, cannot be chloride. अच्छा जी, solid G is formed with concentrated. This is only with the iodide. Iodide reacts with sulfuric acid, form H2S. It forms sulfur. It forms sulfur dioxide. It forms iodine vapors. It forms iodine solid also. Very vigorous reaction we have done in inorganic. Okay. 18 is easier. We have done in, I think, earlier classes also. O level and chlorine can yes, the halogen which is above can oxidize the halogen which is below from its salt. Chlorine plus Br minus. We know this reaction. Chlorine minus plus Br2, 0 to minus 1, minus oxidize, reduce, minus 1 to 0, oxidized. Bromide oxidized by chlorine. Okay. Bromide was oxidized by chlorine. Got it? Acha ji. Can we go little fast now? Acha, ammonia and hydrazine. Please, I suggest my students to keep in mind. Hydrazine is very frequently asked question. Please remember, this is the bond. Angle is also close to 107, like ammonia. NN bond in NH2 is polar. It cannot be polar because NN bond, same atoms are there. Bond cannot be polar between same atoms. NH3 N2 have lone pair of electron, N2 does not. Wrong. N2 also have lone pair. Look, oxidation number of each nitrogen is plus 2. Let's see. N2H4 plus 4 minus 4. Every nitrogen has minus 2. Wrong. So D answer correct. The reaction of nitrogen with hydrogen has a high activation energy. How many structural formulas? Three. Okay. Oh my God. You have to do, there is no method, just you have to do hit and trial. There is no other method. Number one, let's do 3 chlorine on the same carbon. 3 chlorine on the same carbon. Number two, 2 chlorine on the same carbon, 1 on the next carbon. Number three, 2 chlorine on the first carbon, 1 on the last carbon. Number four, okay, 1 chlorine on the first carbon and 2 chlorine on the second carbon. And number five is 1 chlorine on each carbon. These are the five possibility. I don't think any other possibility. Think, is there any other possibility? Tell me in the chat. All three on first, two in first, one in second, two in first, one in third, one has one, two in the second, on the second, then 1. Yes, C is the answer. Examiner says this was also the challenging question. 21. For 21, you have to revise your reaction of alkene with hot concentrated KMnO4. I tell you, this if it is a double bonded carbon, it forms carbon dioxide water. If it has single bond, it forms carboxylic acid. If it is a double bonded carbon having 2R group, it means ketone is formed. Okay. So this is a rule. First you must know the rule, otherwise you cannot do this question with hot concentrated KMnO4. Now, examiner has asked question, M is produced from any one of these when reacted with the concentrated KMnO4, hot concentrated. This is a product from any one of them. Which one of this? First you see how many ketone is there. One ketone, two ketone, one carboxylic group. Carboxylic group form means it has one C double H, and two ketone means no hydrogen on the two double bonded carbon. Okay, got it? Now we can find very easily. Acha ji. This carbon has no hydrogen. It will form ketone. This carbon has one hydrogen. It may form, bond will be broken down. It may form carboxylic group. Okay. This carbon has no circled carbon and no hydrogen. It can form ketone, and this to two ketone, one carboxylic acid. A is the answer. Let's see why not B. This carbon has no hydrogen, one ketone. It will form ketone. But the another ketone is not there. This form carboxylic acid because it has one H. If double bonded carbon has one H, it will form also carboxylic acid. This will also has one. This also has one H. It also form carboxylic acid. Wrong. Let's see here. One H, one H, one ketone. This is ketone. This will form ketone. Okay, this is also wrong because there are two ketone here, and this is also wrong because there is no ketone will be formed. This is 1H, 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 1H. They all form 4 carboxylic group. Carboxylic group. Okay. So what is the answer? A for apple. This will form ketone. The bond will be broken down. So this will form ketone. This will form carboxylic acid. This carbon. This form, look, then this form ketone again. Okay, so A is the answer. So revise your reaction of alkene with hot concentrated KMnO4. This is quite easier, like O level base, so we can go fast. Catalytic converter and car engine and catalytic converter. Acha. Which reactions takes place in both car engine and catalytic converter? Suggest. I think carbon dioxide and water are formed in both of them. Okay. Carbon dioxide, unburned hydrogen are not formed in car engine. Engine में it is not formed. Nitrogen is not formed in the engine. Catalytic converter, carbon monoxide is not formed. C or D wrong. Okay. Structure plus stereoism should be considered. I think this question was asked many times. How many different hydrocarbons are produced? 2 bromo pentane. Sometimes they give 2 bromo butane. Sometimes they give 2 bromo propane. Oh, sorry, not propane, butane and pentane. Look, I just write here R. No, sorry, I have to write CH2 and then R. Chalo, 4, 5. There are two possibilities. This is alpha carbon. Bromine is removed from here. There are two beta carbon. We call beta carbon the carbon which is next to the functional group. Hydrogen can be removed from here and here. Ethanolic NaOH means elimination reaction. Elimination means alkene will be formed. Alkene is the product. Alkene is the product. H can be removed from left side and right side. If H is removed from the left side, this is alkene. Pent one in. If H is removed from here, double bond here. Pen two in. Pen two in will have cis also, trans also. Pen one in will not have cis trans because the double bond it has same number of same groups. So one cis, one trans, and one is one but one pent one in. Three products. Answer is 3. Keep in mind, if you are considering cis trans, we don't consider its structure. Okay, we don't count its structure because structure will be any one of them. 1, 2, 3. 3 is the answer. 24. Which statement is correct? Alkene, halogenoalkane, halogenoalkane substitution, nucleophilic substitution, but there is no option of SN option. Then the second one is hydrolysis. We call it hydrolysis when carbon halogen bond is substituted by carbon OH bond. We also call it hydrolysis. And we also call hydrolysis. See, water is being added by breaking of HOH bond. Okay, water is added by breaking of bond. It's hydrolysis, straight, easier. 3 methyl pentane. First we make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pentane. 3 methyl. 3 methyl. 1, 2, 3 triol. This is when it is refluxed. How many alcohol is there? This is primary, 1 degree. This is 2 degree. This carbon is 3 degree alcohol. 3 degree alcohol is not oxidized. Primary alcohol oxidized to carboxylic acid. Secondary alcohol oxidized to ketone. No oxidation. So the product should have one carboxylic acid, next to it ketone, next to it is tertiary alcohol as it is. Let's see which answer is there. Yes, looks start with A, carboxylic acid. Acha, propane. Acha, not sorry, that's my mistake. 3 methyl pentane 134. I could not see this 3. It is I read it 2. Mistake. I have to make again. 3 methyl. 3 methyl pentane 1, 3, and 4. Not 2. This is primary, will form carboxylic acid on reflux. This has tertiary, no change. This is secondary, it form ketone. So the product will be like this. Carboxylic acid, next to it CH2, next to it CH3COH, next to it ketone. Carboxylic acid CH2 and next to carbon is CH3OH and then ketone. A is the answer. Then let's see why not B. Carboxylic acid, then CH2, then CH2, then CO. No. After that COH, CH3 is there. There is no carboxylic acid, wrong. Carboxylic acid CH2, CO, CH3, wrong. CH2, after that COH, CH3. A is the answer. 26. Menthol is heated. Sulfuric acid concentrated means elimination reaction. Elimination means alkene will be formed. Acha ji. This is wrong because either here double bond is formed, either you can make like this or like this. Anyone. Acha. Apparent. So the B and A are 100% wrong. C or D, any one option is there. C is wrong, but D is, this one is similar to D. Okay. Examiner has, this examiner has tried to use trick. So first you should know what are the products and then see. A and B 100% wrong because ketone is not formed. Okay, got it? See, this is the answer or this one. This is similar to this. Either double bond is here or here, no problem. Same name is there. 27. Alkaline iodine, only structural isomers. All the isomeric alcohols with the molecular formula C5H10 12O are added separately to form alkaline iodine. How many isomers give? Okay, let's see. The first carbon OH, there is no alkaline iodine. No alkaline iodine test. Okay. OH is on second carbon. Yes. Alkaline iodine it will give. These alcohol will give alkaline iodine. The one who has OH should also has H and CH3 also, at least one H. So one this product is formed and the other one is bring one carbon here as a branch like this. One is this OH on the second carbon and bring a branch on the third carbon. This will also has CH3 CHOH. Only two possibilities are there. There is no other possibility. One is this pentane 5 carbon and one is this. Okay. Now next, when compound X is with your dichromate, green is been oxidized. Product. It means it is not aldehyde. It was a secondary alcohol. It means because no aldehyde form. Ketone. Ketone is formed from secondary alcohol always. Which one is the secondary alcohol? D is the secondary alcohol. How? This carbon has one hydrogen which is not written here. The carbon having OH and one hydrogen is secondary, 2 degree. अच्छा जी. 1 mole of each of the following sodium carbonate. Same volume of gas with two reagents. देखें, OH does not react with carbonate. Aldehyde does not react with carbonate. A and C 100% wrong. अच्छा जी. Keep in mind L 1 OH with sodium gives half mole of hydrogen. So half mole here, 1 mole. And if I say this compound H2C2O4, carbon dioxide, water plus sodium salt, 1 mole carbon dioxide. So from here you form half mole hydrogen. Here you form half mole hydrogen, 1 mole hydrogen, and it form 1 mole carbon dioxide. So D is the answer. See? Okay. Number 30th. Infrared is 3000 to अच्छा, 3000 broad peak means maybe OH of carboxylic acid. 1710 means C double bond O. Cannot be ester. Cannot be alcohol because alcohol peak in data booklet, you have to see the data booklet. Alcohol peak starts from 3200. Yes, it is carboxylic acid. Cannot be alkane because alkane does not have C double bond O. You have to refer the data booklet. So look at the data booklet. OH of carboxylic group is 2500 to 3000, very broad, sharp and strong and very broad. Okay. And OH of alcohol देखिए, starts from 3200. It means alcohol is not there. And carbon oxygen bond, this one, C double bond. Okay. So what was the question? 3200 broad peak. It means OH of carboxylic acid. 1700 means around C double bond O. C is the answer. Okay. Next, challenging one. Oh, 31 is the challenging. Examiner has written in the mark scheme 32 is the challenging, but I think 31 is more challenging. Uh, 10 cm cube of organic compound, gaseous state is reacted with excess of steam, 20 cm cube of carbon dioxide, and 5 cm cube of nitrogen. Suppose let's we make the equation. 2 carbon dioxide will be formed, and obviously nitrogen forms. Whatever the other products, we don't mind. So from 10, if from 1 it forms 2, from 10 it forms 20, and it forms 10. Question is 5 cm cube nitrogen is formed. So 1 is wrong. Why? I told you for gaseous, mole ratio is also used as volume ratio. So if it is 10, if it is 1, it will form 2. If it is 10, it forms 2, 20, and it forms 10 also. Okay? Got it or not? If you have not got, then look. 1 mole, 2 mole, 1 mole. For gas, we use volume ratio also. 1 cm cube, 2 cm cube, 1 cm cube. 10 cm cube, 20, 10. Nitrogen is 10 produced. Nitrogen is being produced 10. So 1 wrong because 5 cm cube oxygen, nitrogen is formed. Okay, from here 2 carbon dioxide plus half N2 to balance. Here also 2 carbon dioxide plus half N2 to balance. So if it is 10, it is 20, it is 5. 10, if it is 20, it is half of 10, 5. So 2 and 3 are correct. C. What is the option 2 and 3? C. Number 3. How will you save your time in exam? Uh, Look, if you know group wise, if you remember like group 3, you have P1, group 4, you have P2, like carbon, group 5. I suggest my student to remember like that. Group 5, P3, half filled, all are unpaired. Group 6, P4, P4 means 2 unpaired. Group 5, group 7, P5. P5 means, sorry, P5 means 1 unpaired, 2, 2, 1. Group 0, 8 or group 0, old group, no unpaired electron. So better to memorize group 3, P1, 1 unpaired. Group 4, P2, 1 unpaired electron, 2 unpaired electron, 3 unpaired electron, 2 unpaired electron, 1 unpaired electron, 0 unpaired electron. Chlorine is in groups, oxygen group 6. Old grouping is Roman numeral is easier to do this question. So, okay, chlorine is group 7. Chlorine plus means it's similar to oxygen, 6 electron. So they have same number of electron. F plus means group 6. F F is in group 7. Oh, low battery. Group 7. F plus means group 6. Group 6 have 2 unpaired. And gallium is in group 3, minus means group 4, similar to group 4. Both have 2 unpaired. Nitrogen is in group 3, group 5, 3 unpaired. Chromium, noble gas, plus 3 means group 5. It has also 3 unpaired. Chromium 3 plus means it is in group 5 now. Why? Here was it. Plus 1 means here, plus 2 means here, plus 3 means in group 5. Group 5 has 3 unpaired electron. Okay? Acha ji. In which reaction the underlined, I have got the low battery message going 33. Uh, Underlined element compound reduced, it is plus 1 and it is minus 1. Reduced, yes. Nitrogen is minus 3, nitrogen is minus 3 here also. No change. 2 wrong means 3 also wrong because it is oxidized, not reduced alcohol. Okay. 34. Uh, Platinum can be used as a catalyst. The reaction is faster in platinum. Acha. It means platinum acts as, yeah, both are solid. If catalyst is solid and reactant also, but the sorry, catalyst is solid and reactants are gases in heterogeneous catalysis. Yes. Palladium catalyst reaction have higher activation energy. Yes, because it is slower, faster. It is fast. Here, see, platinum is makes the reaction faster. It means platinum has low activation energy and it one has high activation energy. Two is correct. Uh, 3. The platinum catalyst reactions are more exothermic. No, because if it is catalyst has nothing to do with delta H. Write down. Catalyst has nothing to do with delta H. It only changes activation energy. So B is the answer. 3 is wrong. Okay, 35. Which compound or ceramics are good electrical conductor? Absolutely wrong because you have this your cups in your kitchen in which you have your coffee and tea is made of ceramics and it's obviously it is not electrical conductor. Yes, strong material, high melting point. Yeah, that's why you use as a refractory material also. Which types of bonding are present? Look, ammonium. Repeated question. Ammonium has dative bond. Please memorize. It comes very frequently. And carbonate has minus charge, so it has ionic, covalent, and dative also. All three. This is ionic. This is covalent. This is dative. So A is the answer. 37. Which statement about cholesterol is correct? The molecule contains a secondary alcohol group. This is ring structure. One H is there. So if it has one H, it means secondary alcohol. Yes. The molecule contains 2 pi bond. Wrong. 2 pi electron is there. 1 pi bond is there. 2 is wrong means 3 will be wrong. All the carbon atoms in the same plane, not possible in the same plane. It is double bond is okay. It is band. This double bond and this is not all are single bond. So not on the same plane. Not possible. So 37 D is the answer. Only one correct. 38 chlorine. This also in free radical substitution. Chlorine homolytic fission forms in UV light. Chlorine atoms in these two reactions. If chlorine is regained in the second step, we can say it is catalyst. Catalyst is regained at the end of the reaction because catalyst you regained, you got it again after the reaction. Chlorine atoms are free radical. Yes, chlorine atoms are free radical. Chlorine atoms are formed by heterolytic fission, never homolytic fission. Okay, do you remember in alkane you studies we used to show this way homolytic fission. 3 is wrong. Okay, so 1 and 2, B is the answer. 38, 39, just 2 are left. 39, which compound, the compound listed and reacted with the hydrogen cyanide. Which compound produce a molecule, a chiral center? Butanol. Oh, butanol. Butanol, sorry. Butanol is this. So when this compound react with hydrogen cyanide, so O will become H and cyanide, this will be single bond and cyanide. This will be chiral carbon. Yes. Butanone. Butanone is this. When this reacts with hydrogen cyanide, this single bond and O become H and cyanide. This is chiral carbon. Yes, chiral carbon. Pentane 2-on. Pentane 2-on means 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, this will also become chiral carbon because this will become H and cyanide will come here. So when these three react with hydrogen cyanide, they form a molecule with chiral center. Yes, all three. Carboxylic acid can be prepared from alcohol, nitrile, or ester. Which statement are correct? Primary and secondary alcohol can be oxidized to carboxylic acid. Let's see. It's not possible. Secondary, primary is possible. How? Primary alcohol, oxidation, carboxylic acid on reflux. One is wrong means 2 and 3 is correct. Carboxylic acid can be made from nitrile by hydrolysis. Ji haan, how? Look, this is nitrile, this is acid hydrolysis. We have done, it forms carboxylic acid. Yes. Ethyl propanoate gives propanoic as ethyl propanoate means 3 carbon this side, 2 carbon with the ethyl. When it hydrolyzes, when it hydrolyzes, it form bond is broken from here. It form ethanol plus this 3 carbon carboxylic acid, propanoic acid. Yes, it is correct. All three are correct. A. Okay, look, this equation. This is a question in which acidified potassium magnate 7. This is very important question. I think you should memorize it because it comes almost every year. This is being reduced. And unlike other questions, in this question, there are two ions are being oxidized, iron 2 to iron 3. Okay. And iron 2 to iron 3 and carbon also being oxidized because the oxidation state of carbon here is +4 and here it is +3. So carbon is oxidized from +3 to +4 and iron +2 to +3. So ethane diOH in this compound, two ions are being oxidized. So first what we do, we should add these two equations which are being oxidized. So the equation is iron 2 plus C2O4 2 minus, we don't have to find out the oxidation number to solve this question, plus iron 3 plus 2 carbon dioxide plus 3 electron. We don't even mind about the products. We only need electrons. How many mole of electron? 3 mole of electron. It means 1 mole of iron 2 and 1 mole of iron of ethane diOH in this compound when reacts when they react together, 3 mole of electrons are lost. For MnO4 minus 5 mole of electrons are lost. So what will we do? We we multiply this equation. Forget about now these two. We multiply this equation by 5. and multiply this equation, multiply this equation by 3, what is being reduced, and multiply this equation by 5 to make the electron balance. Now to save our time, we don't need to make the overall equation, because overall equation is not needed. Question is how many moles of iron to react with 1 mole of potassium magnet 7. So we just needed ratio. We got the ratio. 3 mole of MnO4 minus requires 5 moles iron 2 to react completely. So if it is 1, this is x. So x is equal to 5 by 3, which is 1.67 moles. Okay, 1 mole of potassium iron 7, here 1 mole. Okay, so B is the answer. So it's shortcut. You don't need to make the overall equation. Don't waste time in making overall equation. Got it?